How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to From the Sidelines. My name is Josh, and I'm here with Chad, Devin, and Noah, and we're on episode 82 today. If you want to go check out our previous episodes, you can find those on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcast. If you want to watch this episode, you can find us on YouTube at From the Sidelines Pod, and if you want to follow us on social media, you can find us at FTS Pod on Instagram, Twitter, now X, and TikTok as well, if you want to go check out some clips. Yeah, let's get into it, boys. We're going to talk some sports today. You know how we start out these episodes lately. We've been talking about Kentucky, and we've got another edition, another local boy. We've got Trent Noah coming to Kentucky now.
Trent Noah?
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember the last time we've had, multiple Kentucky guys actually on a Kentucky basketball team. So it's kind of refreshing.
I can't remember the last time we had Kentucky boys on our roster that are destined to play and actually get considerable minutes and be on the court so much. That's what I'm looking forward to. I can't really remember the last, other than Reed Shepherd, of course, who got consecutive minutes. It's very
Darius
new to
Miller,
me.
I guess.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Derek Willis and Dominique Hawkins.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I forgot Derek Willis was from
Kentucky. Long ago. So,
nonetheless. Yeah, it's been forever. I mean, it's kind of refreshing, though, because, I don't know, finally, I think it means more when you have players actually from your state play for your state's team. I mean, in a way, it lights a different kind of fire. Obviously, it's fun to get, the 5-star, top 10 players, but you know how they are. They're, we're used to the one and done thing. So I think getting some Kentucky boys on the team, you want to see them succeed. We kind of got a little bit of both of that with Reed Shepherd last season because he was obviously a top recruit, but he was also a Kentucky boy. So I don't know. I think having those local guys on the team is going to be really, really good for the fan base.
Yeah, I definitely am a fan of adding these players, and I think Trent Noah is a good size, 6'6", he can shoot the ball. I think kind of profiles like an Alex Caravan type. Hope he develops into that role. He can just space the floor. He's a microwave shooter. All of those qualities you like to see out of kind of a 3-and-D guy, but worried about the D part there. Not sure he's gonna be able to defend some of these guys in the SEC, but I'm hoping he can develop and he'll stick around for a few years. He was obviously eager to come to Kentucky once Mark Pope got here, and the fact that John Calipari just refuses to even try to recruit these guys, this guy, it was clear as day. It took him 2 weeks, a day after he got out of his national letter of intent from South Carolina, to commit to Kentucky. He clearly wanted to be a Wildcat. I don't know why our previous coach was just refusing to entertain the fact. He didn't even go to the Sweet 16 tournament here at Rupp. It's in your backyard, and you can go see these kids. It's just pure incompetence.
That, to me, that's coaching and recruiting malpractice. If you don't, in your own backyard, you're not even going to watch. That to me is just taboo. I don't care. They're in your state. You already have a leverage on recruiting as it is, saying hey, you want to play for our school and state. That's that's an option on NCAA football that's a recruiting option. They want to play in state. That's how important it is. I just don't understand how you just fumble that every year. I just don't.
Well, I mean, nobody went to see Travis Perry play in the state tournament. I think there were zero coaches on that staff that went and saw him play in that tournament. I didn't even know Trent Noah was even a name until Pope got here. So I didn't even know he was an option to look at until a couple weeks ago. But yeah, We've ran the Cal talk into the ground, but the fact that he's trying to run it back at a worse school, it's just the worst thing you've ever seen. It's not going to work. His team's going to be significantly worse this year than he was than he had with us last year. I don't know, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Exactly right. He has his loyalists. That's all we can say. That's just all it comes down to. Cal loyalists, they're not going to leave his side, and that goes for players and staff alike. And that's just going to be the way it is. Unfortunately, so the Arkansas Wildcats will forever know that. So just let it be known.
Yeah, almost Wildcats. I think some people understand that, Cal's lost his game a little bit, and he's not going to turn Arkansas. It's Arkansas. Like, it's not Kentucky basketball. Like, he's going to have to recruit way harder at Arkansas than he did at Kentucky, because at Kentucky, you're like, oh, I can get you to the NBA. But also, it's like, we're the best college basketball program. At Arkansas, it's like, oh, I can get you to the NBA, but we're like maybe top 10 SEC basketball school. So it's like, I don't know. Like,
you gotta live in Fayetteville.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a harder sell for sure. But I mean, he sold Adou Thiero, I guess, because obviously he's following old Cal to Arkansas. What do we think about that? The guy who, didn't get minutes, obviously doesn't want to get minutes. So
the only way I can explain is that the pitch was he was gonna get minutes, and obviously if he's a Cal kid, he's gonna go with Cal, like I had just said, loyalist. But I think this time minutes was the pitch line. You are gonna play here this time. Like, you're not gonna have to worry about going through what you went through at Kentucky here at Arkansas. You're just not. That's the only way I can think of it. That is the only sense I can make out of it. If you all can make any more sense out of it, please be my guest. That's about it.
If you just look at it from a timeline perspective, the decision absolutely is the most illogical, lack of comprehension decision of all time. Like, Adou Thiero entered the transfer portal prior to Cal even entertaining the fact he was going to leave. So I don't understand if Adou was like, I want away from Kentucky, I want away from Cal, I want away from this awful coaching staff. Why would he then, a month later, decide to follow that insane, terrible coaching staff, go to a worse school, when he had a great option in North Carolina on the table? I mean, I thought he was a Tar Heel for weeks. I mean, some people thought he was a Pitt Panther. He was anything but an Arkansas Razorback, let me tell you that. And and the next thing I know, he's visiting Arkansas, and a couple days later, he's a Razorback. Again, makes zero sense. I mean, sure, he might get more playing time, but I'm not optimistic. I mean, Cal's bringing in Jonas Adou. Like, he's just looking for any other big men that can play instead. Like, I love Adou's potential. Wish he would have gone to anywhere else.
I thought he was a Tar Heel myself. That was my call. I had money on the Tar Heel. I had slight thought he was going to be Pitt there for a minute because I heard the visit went well. No, even after a while I was like, nah, he's going to go Tar Heel. Not a Razorback. That was not on my bingo card. Wasn't anywhere near it. And shortly following him this weekend on a visit, we got DJ Wagner. Here we go again.
I mean, that could be the move. Maybe he just knows that DJ's going to end up there too, and
just playing with friends. Yeah, that's also another. Just wants to play with old teammates. That's fine, I guess. I would respect that, but man, that's just something else. I would love to know the pitch these guys are getting. Or the NBA, just the classic. I can get you in the NBA pitch. That just works every time.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to play with a guy with the same name as him. Like, which Adou is going to be better, Adou or Adou?
Well, boys, I'm gonna go over last few weeks. We waited for this roster to finalize, and I think we got it here. Just some thoughts on the way out. Just if a player strikes your mind, just sounds terrible. Kobe Bryant, Lamont Butler. We know how much you're a fan of him, Devin, big guy. Andrew Carr, Colin Chandler, Brandon Garrison, Kerr Krissa, Trent Noah, Otega Owe, Travis Perry, Amari Williams.
Yeah, who gave this guy this role, by the way? Like,
I just wanted
to decided that the guy.
Question: What the?
We decided that the guy that couldn't pronounce my name is going to read off our entire roster.
Oh, Matt. Yeah, sorry.
He did pretty good.
I think the line there was like, over under 3.5 name, but
I thought it was okay. for having a EuroLeague player and another EuroLeague player that could be. I'm sorry. I won't do that. Won't do that again.
I'm not even used to him like creating conversation or driving the ship. He's just like, oh, here we go. We're having another conversation. Like, I'm waiting for Josh to do that, and Noah's over here like, here we go. And I'm like, I have no idea where this is going. This never happened before.
I won't do that again.
He's a content creator at his core.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Secret talent you didn't tell us about.
I was impressed. You did pretty good. I mean, except for Krisa, right?
Not is it Krisa? Yeah. Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's Owe.
Owe or Owea? I thought
it's just Owe, isn't it?
Or is it just Owe? Okay, then I got two. Got the two that I had mentioned that I probably would mess up. So,
went better than expected.
Thank you. But nonetheless, do you think that, considering all the problems of having to go strictly through the portal this year, we had no way of getting recruiting, basically. We just lost all sense of recruiting. This turned out the best way it could have. Or did we miss some steps? Maybe 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing on some players.
I'll tell you the step that we're missing.
Okay.
Jackson Robinson.
I agree. Yep, there it is.
What is it?
Jackson Robinson.
Oh, yes. Is that the last key?
That is definitely the last key. That's the guy. Right now, I don't know. I mean, we're going to be a good team. I don't know if we'll be a top 25 team, but I think if we get Robinson, he kind of pushes us back into that top 25 range.
I do believe that was going to be my key. Was going to get him. That is, we need that offensive firepower that he's willing to bring. That is the last key for me. Absolutely. I think if we do that, everything went as well as it possibly could have in terms of getting a team together. And the rest will be up. Like I said last week, it'll be up to Pope and his X's and O's and coaching this team.
Yeah, we're an elite scorer away, I think. I mean, we clearly have all of the pieces in place to surround that scoring talent. Kobe Brea and Andrew Carr able to space the floor. Kirk Risa, I mean, he can shoot, but he'll turn the ball over a million times too. And then we have the defensive backcourt options as well off the bench if needed. So, I mean, I think we have all the pieces surrounding somebody like Jackson Robinson or Chaz Lanier from North Florida. I'd be fine with either of those options as our lead scorer. And I definitely think if we got that piece, I love what Mark Pope's done with the roster. I mean, you go back and list a couple episodes, that was what I was worried about. Can this guy get players? Because, I mean, I know it's really hard to recruit at BYU, but he's no track record of doing it. So that was my probably biggest concern, except the fact he hasn't won a tournament game, which we'll see if that changes. But I can't complain with the results this offseason.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't make Devin complain, we know we've done something right. That is the greatest judge of what we could do.
He's just
however,
he's just the perfect size too. Like Devin kind of touched on. Like we've got the big men, we've got the size, we've got the guards, the defense. He was like that. I mean, I guess Owe is kind of a little bit bigger as well. He could fit that small forward kind of role too. But I think Robinson just slides perfectly right in there. So I think that would be absolutely massive if we can get him.
Chad, thoughts, comments, concerns, questions?
I mean, we better not give up more than 65 points a game. We got too many good defensive players. At least want to be good on defense and not, if we don't have that superstar power, or we should get one. I hope with one of those two guys. But yeah, we're missing one superstar bucket getter. That's what we need. I think if Jackson Robinson doesn't go to the draft, that he will end up here. So just hopefully the scouts tell him bad things and make him leave.
So the Chad crystal ball is predicting Kentucky.
I think he comes here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just testing the draft process, but I think he comes back.
Is that the only thing he's doing? Is there any other school that he's interested in? I haven't heard anything other than us. No,
I haven't either, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the 6th man at BYU doesn't want to follow his coach. I'm still a little bit worried about that. He was coming off the bench for Mark Pope. I don't know why he would want to keep playing for him, but
very fair.
Yeah.
I've not heard any reports
otherwise.
Back.
Yeah. There you go.
At least the Euro started though. Didn't play the minutes, but
he was a starter but didn't play the minute. That's a sentence. It's poison.
Yep.
Got to get coveted second-round draft pick Justin Edwards minutes.
He's lucky he's a second. If it weren't for those couple games he had, he'd be going to Arkansas too.
That Alabama game is going to be backpacking that man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully we do good with Kentucky. Let's get on to some NBA. We've got the NBA playoffs going on right now. The Nuggets suck. The Celtics suck. What?
Well,
explain. Somebody explain.
I wish I could tell you, but I don't know.
well, I mean, I kind of saw the Nuggets, this coming in from a mile away after the way they ended the season, after the way they couldn't beat the Thunder or the Timberwolves in the regular season. Just
oh gosh.
Yeah,
what were the Wemby Spurs? The Devontae Graham Spurs.
Yeah. Yeah. But like the Wolves, they're playing well. Like, yeah, they're probably a better team right now. At least the Celtics have won a game, and their series is tied right now 1-1. But the Nuggets, they're dropping their first 2 home games. They're 0-2 and have to go on the road to Minnesota. And they lost game 1 when they didn't have Rudy Gobert because he was having a baby. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, sure. He's a dad first. Respect. Playoffs, who cares?
And not only do they lose to the T-Wolves without Rudy, they lose to the T-Wolves without Rudy and being held to like 80. I don't understand how that's even fathomable. Like, I just don't understand. You should have, by the least, dropped 100. Was it a bad shooting night? Like, you should be used to it by now, but was the altitude messing up your shots? Like, I don't get what's going on in this arena right now. Why you all just won't make anything? And it seemed like you just don't know. They're not playing with each other well. They're just not gelling right now. They're not playing like a team. Meanwhile, the T-Wolves, their chemistry is through the roof. They're running all these plays, and they can't miss, seemingly. It's just insane.
I mean, well, when you got Jamal Murray and Porter Jr. playing 40 minutes a game and not even cracking double digits, it's like
40 minutes of cardio, brother. 40 minutes of cardio.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do.
I mean, they were doing more than cardio. They were getting shots up. None of them were going in. They were at least doing that. They were at least trying.
All right, 40 minutes of practice.
Sure.
And then you got
everyone's MVP over here scoring 16 points. Woohoo!
Yeah, and now you got Justin Holiday of all people getting 35 minutes a game or something. Like, he's just always out there, and I'm just like, why are you on the court?
Malone's reaching for the barrel here, just in terms of trying to get somebody to do something right.
Like, he's just reaching for the bottom of the barrel, hoping for the best.
Yep.
Because he can't get production elsewhere. Murray is building mansions right now, just absolute brick mansions. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I think this T-Wolves defense is probably the best we've seen in quite a while. In recent memory, it's the best defense I've seen, and I mean, it was even formidable even without Gobert the other night. So, I mean, I think the fact that Jaden McDaniels and Nikhil and Alexander Walker, these guys are elite perimeter defenders, and then you throw the defensive player of the year in game 1 in the front court. I'm not surprised that the Nuggets are struggling. I mean, the shooting probably regresses back to the mean in games 3 and 4. So maybe they should be able to steal one of these. I would be very surprised if it was a sweep. I mean, I think Anthony Edwards, he's obviously playing great. If he continues to play this well, it'll exceed my expectations. I mean, he's been unreal this playoffs, and I maybe it continues, but I think it's unlikely. So in game 2, I thought, the Nuggets will bounce back. They didn't bounce back. Game 3, I expect the Nuggets to bounce back. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I just can't believe that this Nuggets team is going to go out like this.
Yeah,
I can't believe it myself. I was expecting better. I was expecting a lot better, especially from their star players are letting down as a whole. You can expect a little off nights from the role players as such, but
the whole reason they're even here is just not even playing correctly. It's rough to watch.
Yep. I mean, Anthony Edwards, it is just mind-blowing how amazing he's been playing. I mean, he's, Jimmy Butler's was out, so somebody had to take the role of being that guy who just, was okay in the regular season and then is just an absolute stud in the offseason. So Anthony Edwards said that'll be me. And just going off. I mean, I don't know. Got people comparing him to, like, early MJ and like just crazy stuff. I don't know, man. He's
0506 D Wade.
0506 D Wade. Dude's only like 22, 23 years old too. I don't know. Just watching these playoffs, seeing these young guys like, Brunson and Halliburton and Edwards, Shea. I mean, just like, it's got me way more excited for, like, the future of the NBA. I think they're going to kind of save it a little bit, put some energy back into it. That definitely excites me.
The post-LeBron era is certainly safe. I feel like it is going to be fun to watch. I think it'll be more fun to watch than it is now. It might reinvigorate some interest into the regular season and being able to watch it, because it's not going to be. I'm not saying it wasn't not always dominated. You always had those players in between, like the Kobe's and whatnot, between LeBron, but it's not going to be so LeBron favored. Now it's going to be, who's up next now? You got the Anthony Edwards, the SGAs, the Halliburtons. Like, who knows? And it's going to be up there. I can't wait to watch.
And there's not just one guy either. It's just this group of guys that are just all on the same level. It's not like one is ahead of everyone else like LeBron and MJ were, but you just got this whole group of guys, even Devin Booker on the Suns, like star power, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Celtics got two of them.
Which, by the way, Suns can kiss Devin Booker goodbye. Wonder where he'll end up.
Then kiss Kevin Durant goodbye.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
And they just kissed their coach goodbye.
Yeah. My vocal.
He was the problem, Josh. He traded Bradley for Bradley Beal in his terrible contract.
Yeah.
That was certainly that was a play.
That was a roster move.
I
just do not get, like, these teams that are just like, we need 3 very ball dominant players to be, like, our big 3, and it's just like it doesn't work. The only reason the big 3 worked with Wade, Bosh, and LeBron is because they all had play styles that fit perfectly with each other. Like, LeBron was the all-around guy, D Wade could attack the basket, hound you on defense, and then Chris Bosh could space the floor and like play some, block some shots. Like, you get Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. How is that? Like, how do those players mesh well together? They all have the exact same play style.
And then that brings up a whole argument. That first year those 3 were together, it didn't even work out that well. It took Chris Bosh that following year to figure out, I need to be in the corner and I'm going to space the floor now. Like, I'm going to be able to shoot the 3 ball better. That first year against Dallas, he wasn't that good of a 3-point shooter. He was meh at best. That's me being nice about it. And that hurt them. He wasn't able to space the floor, so Tyson Chandler could just stay down there while LeBron and D-Wade just could either crash or shoot. That was the play. And that next year against the Thunder, they couldn't stop it. Serge Ibaka couldn't come out there the whole time. That would just leave LeBron and D-Wade open for the pass coming down the middle. They had to figure that stuff out. Each player had to figure out their role and even learn a role. Like,
I mean, you're still talking about the team that made the NBA Finals. Like, let's not act like this Suns team as a first-round exit that got swept. Like, let's not act like this is the same playing field. Like, this team has miles to go. Everyone except Matt Ishbia knew that this Bradley Beal acquisition was a complete disaster, complete mess. I mean, the fact that Grayson Allen got hurt, they weren't winning regardless, but that was just even more bad luck. And of course, it was all Frank Vogel's fault. So now they'll run it back next year, and I'm sure they'll make it to the finals, as that's what they expect, right?
If Anthony Edwards is half as annoying as he was in that movie Hustle, Like, we know how soft Kevin Durant is, and he was just, like, under his skin the entire series. So, like, after watching that movie, I can see why he would be frustrated about that.
Yeah.
So,
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly in those press conferences, KD seemed like he was encouraging him and like, he's my favorite player in the league and stuff, but I'm sure Ant had some choice words for him.
Yeah, and then the report that comes out, like, Kevin Durant was unhappy with the offense. Like,
yeah.
Well, really? Is it because maybe he has lost his touch a little bit? Like, let's not act. I mean, sure, the offense was probably not good. Like, how are you supposed to draw up plays for three dominant players like you all mentioned? But, like, I mean, Kevin Durant, he's not been Kevin Durant recently as, he was a few years ago. He's getting up there, so.
Absolutely.
Yep. What do we? Go ahead, Noah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, what do we think about the Thunder though? They're up 2-0 right now. I mean,
Went ahead and penciled in the win tonight, eh?
I mean, 1-0. Sorry, 1-0. Sorry, I mean, should be 2-0. I mean, I'm glad they're playing the Mavericks instead of the Clippers. I was honestly more worried about the Clippers than I am the Mavericks. I think it's a good draw for them. This team, the way things keep going out in the West, if the Nuggets get upset and everything, I like their odds at getting to the Western Conference Finals, obviously, and then obviously the Finals. Yeah, not to mention two first-round draft picks this year. I mean, the dynasty is on its way, boys.
I was scrolling through my Facebook, and there came up a thread of old Thunder players from during the struggle years, and it just made me think of like the Perry Ellis, the Hashim Thabits, the
Hashim Thabit, worst 7'3" basketball player of all time
ever seen.
Just about a name I haven't thought of in 10 years. Longer.
Dude was in 2K for like 10 years and never cracked 60 overall. That's how bad he was.
Absolutely. I was just trying to think, like, who are some of those players that you remember that were just stuck with us through the struggle
Sebastian
years?
Telfair.
Sebastian Telfair. Well, were those the struggle years, or were those like the KD years? Because I think that was the KD years.
I don't know.
No, I was trying to think, like, who played the Kyle Singlers. Like, oh my
nasty.
gosh. Just the
one would say Carmelo Anthony.
That was a weird thing. That was a weird year. I forget that Carmelo played with us, and then Paul George. I feel like he underperformed. Like, I don't know. He didn't play that well as he could have with us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
God.
It's just good to see like a really well balanced team with great chemistry and SGA. Like, a lot of people would have argued that he could have been MVP. I mean, if you're Shaquille O'Neal, you would. I mean, I don't know if you all saw that interview, but literally just told Jokic, like, oh, Shea should have won. Like, how dumb he got to be. But, like, I mean, like, the future's bright. He's an MVP caliber player, and they got the picks, they got the pieces. They don't win it this year, next year till 2030. I mean, there could be multiple.
I would also like to give a lot of credit to our head coach. Not even going to try and pronounce his name. Somebody want to go with it? I'm just going to stop myself ahead while I can before I get roasted to a crisp. I'm just, whoever the head coach is, I know him. I know what he looks like. What?
Mark Dagnall.
Dagnall or Dagnall?
Dagnall.
Dagnall. Okay, with a T. All right, that guy. Yep, what a guy. He is I feel like I want to give Sam Presti a lot of credit for sticking with him, because that first year was rough and we had nobody, and we trusted him to rebuild these players, and he ensued for that trade for SGA and helped Presti get all these picks and whatnot. Like, he absolutely was a driving cog in this success, and I think a lot of other coaches could not have done this as well as he has and handled it. And I also don't think any other GM would have been as patient with it and went through as much work to get what he has now as Presti did, which is also why he is
one of the biggest snubs for Executive of the Year this year because of what he's made for this year. I thought he was. No?
I mean, okay, but like, it's Executive of the Year, not Executive of the past decade. Like,
well, no.
but the moves that occurred this year, like, they already occurred. Like, he didn't do anything this year. Brad Stevens made all these. He made the KP acquisition. Like, it's clearly Brad Stevens. Like,
all right. My argument was that what his moves were made for that year, what he did, all that work made up for what it was happening now. That's what I was thinking to give him Executive of the Year for. But your argument of current year, that's fine. I get what you're saying. I see.
He traded for Gordon Hayward, who does nothing. Like, I mean,
that's
he didn't trade for a big man. Like, I mean,
no, we should have traded for a big man. We should have got like the Daniel Gafford or had a Daniel Gafford trade go through.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. Yes, we absolutely should have done that. But if you would have done that, then yes, he should have had Executive of the Year if he does that. But I guess he likes to fumble that. Whatever. Just don't fumble the draft picks like you fumble awards. Be fine.
I mean, they got to do something, right? Like, they have way too many picks, and they're already too deep talent-wise. Like, they have to consolidate something, like, right? Like,
right.
would you trade Jalen Williams and a couple firsts for D-Book or KD?
Ooh.
No.
No.
Shot.
No.
Whoa.
I'd rather have Jalen Williams. Are you kidding me?
Over Devin Booker?
I don't know about Devin Booker. Over Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Definitely Kevin Durant. I don't know about Devin
Durant.
Booker. You could
Okay.
convince me Devin Booker, but Kevin Durant, I don't want Kevin Durant. No way.
how many. Wait, so what's the pack? You're wanting a couple of firsts for D-Book?
Oh,
And
you'd have
Jalen
to.
Williams?
Yeah, probably more. You'd probably
I
have to throw in
prefer-
Josh Giddey. You'd probably have to throw in a few pick swaps, a few firsts.
I prefer potential over washed players, but like you could convince me for Devin Booker.
I'm not. I don't know.
Top 20 all-time player, but okay.
Yeah, he's starting to. He's on the down. He's on the down.
I'm not saying I disagree. But I'm just saying, like,
Josh, you need to prepare.
It's not
He's
accurate.
gonna come
that's
back.
great. LeBron James is a top 2 player of all time. I wouldn't want him either.
Whoa.
LeBron James is still averaging like 27, 8, and 7. What?
Whoa.
I mean, I don't. Let me put it another way. I wouldn't want to give him a lot of money.
I mean, you guys are gonna have to pay somebody.
Jalen
And
Williams.
you're gonna. Yeah,
J-Dub.
okay, sure.
J-Dub, completely fine with J-Dub. He's
Just
gonna,
saying, you're gonna be paying SGA, you're gonna be paying J-Dub, and then you're gonna be paying Chet. Like, that's 3 maxes right there.
I would consider doing away with Giddey. You know, maybe packaging
Oh,
something
you have
with him.
to. Yeah, you have to upgrade the Giddey spot.
Yep.
I mean, like we've seen what he's been like when Shea is on the court. Like he's been doing nothing. I mean, he's just out there doing cardio. I mean, obviously, whenever Shea was out, he had some great games, but you know, he can't find his spot.
And he doesn't space the floor. Like, I think you just have to. Yeah, you have. Like, I would try to bring him Malik Monk this offseason or something. Like, I would love to just get a shooter that can space the floor in that spot instead.
Yeah, he's starting and plays like 10 minutes a game. He does absolutely nothing.
Aaron
Focusing
Wiggins
on
and Cason Wallace.
Aaron Wiggins and Cason Wallace are just like light years ahead of him. Like right now, just
Also, real Thunder sickos know that Aaron Wiggins is good at basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Same
even
way
Lindy Waters too.
Yeah, let's say Lindy Waters.
Go watch those Trey Mann and Aaron Wiggins games back a couple years ago.
Yeah. Real fun watch.
The Poku point guard experiment. all the good fun stuff.
Oh, that Poku point guard thing, man. I think that was like our attempt to answer like a Wemby pick. Honestly, like that was just some failed attempt at that.
That was a fever dream.
Goodness gracious.
But I mean, yeah, they just have so much flexibility, and it's so nice. Like they can go multiple different routes with this team, and it's good. I mean, I trust Sam Presti to do the right thing, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But at this point, do we think that they're possibly going to be in the finals this year?
No.
Devin's out.
It's the Timberwolves or Nuggets. Whoever comes out of that, I think it'll be the Timberwolves though.
I mean, like, so the meme was that the Thunder weren't going to win or do anything until like 2027, so they're kind of early. They're like peaking early. They weren't supposed to be this good yet. The Timberwolves are going to be a tough out. I don't see the Nuggets coming back and winning. So, but yet the Thunder, like, they just somehow figure out how to win games. Like, the bad Jalen Williams is like shooting 2 threes in a row. It's like, where is this coming from? They figure out how to win games. They already took the lead against the Mavericks. Now they were down by 12, 15 earlier in the game. Came back, took the lead. I don't know how they do it, but I'm not counting them out. But
the Timberwolves have to be a terrible matchup.
Timberwolves are the favorite.
Rudy
against Chet has to be a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
Nobody who was guarding Cat, and you have Jaden McDaniels to put on SGA. That has to be a terrible matchup. Ant can guard J-Dub. This has to be a terrible matchup for the Thunder. I just don't see it.
I think Devin's exactly right, and it's a little too early. And no.
Yeah, they feel like a year. Yeah. I wish Sam Presti would have made a move to go all in this year. I know they're a year early, and he probably wasn't expecting to get the 1 seed, but man,
that might be a move next year if it happens again. If it's if you do it back to back, then you might as well. All right, well, we're here now. Let's go ahead and let's make a push at something. Let's get that big name.
I do wish Chet was a little bit better of a 3-point shooter. I mean, obviously, he can space the floor a little bit, but if he could develop that 3-point shot and become a knockdown shooter, get Rudy Bear out of the paint, really be a threat, that would help a lot more. Unfortunately, he's not quite there yet. Obviously, he doesn't have a lot of weight on him, so Gobert's just going to demolish him down low. I mean, it's going to be hard to watch.
That's going to be really rough to watch.
Yeah.
If Chet has any sense of mind, he will not do a single post move on this guy. There's just no way you even touch the low block with even a sneeze. You don't do it. You shoot the ball straight up.
Yeah, I get so scared because he is probably on the floor in an NBA game 7 to 10 times at least. I don't know.
He has the Anthony Davis syndrome.
I know. Thankfully, he just doesn't get injured, which is fingers crossed. That's, oh my God, it scares me every time.
I think the doctors told him to do the Joel Embiid thing where they're instead of just absorbing the contact, fall. Just go with it. Just save yourself. If you hurt someone else, sorry, but save yourself. Mm-hmm. Save your money and just do it Joel Embiid and just fall. And that seems to work, I think. I think if you fall 10 times a game, but you're saving your knees, cool. Fine.
Okay. Yeah, and last team I want to talk about here, we haven't really touched on them yet. I do want to talk about the Knicks a little bit. Up 2-0 right now, and even in the last game, Jalen Brunson went out for a little while, and they still pulled it off. I mean, you got Josh Hart stepping up, and you've got DiVincenzo stepping up as well. I know they got to the 2 seed, but still, I thought they were a very, very weak 2 seed. But Brunson's been putting on a show, and I mean, it's been entertaining to watch. Hartenstein, what? I mean, you got this guy playing, and you're 2-0 on the Pacers. I don't know. But what do you think about the Knicks?
I don't know how many more injuries a team can have before it starts to show that, okay, this team's hurt.
It's a good thing they got 3 new players this series, though. With all these injuries piled up, it's a good thing they got the Zebras on their side this time.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, they got 3 extra reinforcements out there.
So you're a part of a committee that filed the 71 missed calls for the Pacers over the last 2 games.
I mean, go watch the end of game 1. Go look at the last 2-minute report. It's just every call incorrect. Teams having to waste their challenges to get simple overturns. I mean, Aaron Nesmith clearly hit the ball with his hand. That was his foot. How are we that blind that we can't distinguish a hand from a foot? Just simple things. Just absurd. Yep. The foul calls, a little less whatever. It's just the simple, who was it out off of when it hits Nemhard's leg, clearly. Just clear calls like that. Just
ref gap. What is it the Pacers sending 78 missed calls that they think happened during the series so far or something? I don't know. It's just NBA refs, man. They're so bad.
Yeah, I mean, you ended the game on that Miles Turner moving screen. Dude's the Warriors made a killing off that play. Like, I don't understand. Teams run these flare screens all the time. And DiVincenzo sold it. Can we get an embellishment call? Can we get some hockey embellishment?
Oh my god, yeah.
That was absurd.
Anytime you see a player like run into a screen, like pause for a second and then flail, like come on. Like you can clearly see that on the replay. They're obviously flopping. How do you not? I don't know, man. It's pathetic.
And then they review it, still get it wrong, like, or don't acknowledge the flop, like it's just something.
Oh my god, it's the worst. Give them an Oscar, man. That's just terrible. This is terrible. But I mean, Jalen Brunson has been insane.
I was about to say. I understand that there's some calls that should probably be called that are not getting called, but I think the Knicks are actually performing here and performing well as a team. Like Josh has said, Hart, Brunson, Hartenstein, just to entertain what you said. Like, it's just they're playing cohesively with what they have right now. They're not skipping away from the script. However, Tom Phibbs is going to ruin Josh Hart's career by 5 years if he's going to keep playing him 50 minutes and not like he's going to give him the Derrick Rose treatment and the Jimmy Butler treatment all in one. Like it's going to be terrible for him. He needs to figure out how to put these minutes away. I don't care how hurt your team is. You have to be better with your minutes. You can't be giving 50 minutes to one player. You can. But other than that, I think they're playing well for what they have. Brunson is playing out of his mind. If he keeps putting up 40 points a game, which is not sustainable, unfortunately. There's no way he puts up 40 points every playoff game. But it's just getting out. They're playing cohesive basketball.
I, for one, am personally surprised that the Knicks are dealing with injuries. Whoever could have seen that coming? I mean, Knicks fans are just stunned.
Whoa! Whoa, man!
Shocker.
Tips is playing our guys 46+ minutes. Who could have seen this coming? I mean, they're running out of guys now, though. Like, they're seriously, like, they got 4 guys now. I mean, Precious Achiuwa is closing a playoff game.
Yeah, OG's out now, isn't he?
Yeah, OG's out for 4 weeks now. Like, they're literally playing Precious Achiuwa, and they're closing 5. Like, this is a recipe for disaster. I mean, I wish the Pacers could play a lick of defense, because if they could, they definitely could have pulled this upset off. I think already being down 2 games now is going to be hard to come back from. But, I mean, they had a lead in both games. Like, they can hang with the Knicks. They probably should have won game 1. I mean, Jalen Brunson got hurt in game 2. They didn't really take advantage enough. I just wish they could play any defense. Like, TJ McConnell wasn't closing in game 2. Andrew Nembhard just getting cooked by Brunson. Just I don't know. Like, Aaron Nesmith wasn't staying on DiVincenzo in the court. Like, just simple things. Like, we clearly know what's happening. And they're not sending the double team inside the perimeter. They're going 40 feet to defend Brunson. Just playing 4-on-3. Shockingly, Hartenstein gets a few dunks. Like, I was losing my mind watching that defense. Well, I don't know what Carl I was doing. He's too busy complaining about calls getting kicked out instead of trying to play some defense.
I thought that might have been a good thing. It's like, maybe we'll put McConnell back in and have him play some defense. Like, I don't know why he wasn't in the game. Like, they kept panning over to him on the sideline with the towel around his neck. I was like, this guy should be on the floor. Just unreal.
They were sending double teams at half court, and then they stopped doing it, and then Brunson was just cooking Nembhard in the post in the mid range. Like, that's when we should send the double team.
Yeah,
they pay me $0. Sorry.
Half court traps are just the worst, dude. They're just the worst. Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, I don't think you should do that ever. I mean, like, unless there's the clock's winding down and you absolutely have to. It's just a horrible playing basketball in my opinion. Because I mean, you break through that trap, it's gonna be a dunk or a wide open 3 or something for anybody. Like, it's just terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yep. You're exactly right.
Well, Chad,
you know what time it is.
Is it my time?
I need some.
Is that what time it is?
I need some homework in my life.
Yeah, you're caught up on all your homework.
You've done. Yeah, he's aced all of his other assignments.
You don't have any overdue assignments.
No.
We watched The Princess Bride. We watched Spider-Man.
Nope.
Watched Interstellar.
Nope. I'm over.
I'm sure you watched that.
Godfather.
I've already seen that.
But then you said you didn't, so who
Okay.
gives? Josh has seen Mrs. Doubtfire, I'm sure. Like, he definitely didn't watch. It's kind of a funny story. Like,
Okay,
definitely watched
all right.
Doubtfire.
I did watch I watched The Godfather, though. I watched The Godfather. One of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
Not true. Not an accurate statement.
Okay.
Pretty overrated.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy.
Brain rot
Okay.
from Devin. Chad,
Feel
what do
free
you
to
got?
feel free to email us roasting Devin's opinion
I mean, it was
on
good.
that one.
It wasn't not a 5-star movie.
Chat, just go before I blow my brains out.
It wasn't. It was
Well, okay. So this movie's under 2 hours. So Noah, you can do it. I believe that you can do this one.
Absolutely.
Thank
you. Jesus.
Isn't The Princess Bride like 100 minutes?
It's 90 minutes.
Oh,
Not
even
Oh.
worse. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Whoops.
No, but this one though, the triple 5 stars from us. We all saw it in theaters. It is Baby Driver.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Yes.
I love it.
Yes,
Love
great
it.
Now
opening
we're
scene.
cooking.
Great opening scene.
One would say the best opening scene.
Yes. It's
I would.
action packed. The Lily James thing. It's like who cares? I'm just here for driving cars and stuff. But that's neither here nor there.
I know.
But yeah, Jamie
Devin
Foxx is awesome in it.
I know Devin was very fond of the Lily James.
Yeah, I don't know what Chad's talking about.
No.
James is what we're here for.
Yeah, Devin thought it was
That's the price of admission.
Yeah, that's just a subplot I'm just not interested in. But
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it, so no spoils.
Well, I'm not spoiling. I'm just telling you, Lily James, write my ticket.
Oh. I see. I see why we like Lily James now. Okay. I've never seen a movie with her, so I don't know. Hang on. All right, fine.
Trust.
We're gonna do this live. Fine. Let's do this. Because this is ridiculous. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
we just live producing on the air. What is happening?
Noah's looking up
Near
Lily James,
discussing.
I guess.
Oh, I see.
I don't understand the hype here. I guess I'm just not the. I guess I'm the odd man out.
Watch the movie and you report back, and then you'll understand.
Hey, don't pay attention to it. It's nothing special.
Chad's
There's been
talking on
better.
the
There's
best
been
part.
better.
Little did I know.
You got me talking like negative about this movie just because of that whole thing. Like that's just something I don't care about. I'm just here for Baby Driver.
Chad about to
The
drive to a
driving-
4.5
Driving
now.
cars and
Chad thinks the
hikes.
Whiplash subplot is what happened in the Baby Driver subplot.
It's not far off. It's better, but it's not far off.
Oh, really?
No. Don't listen to Chad.
There's like an old lady. It's like, oh, he saved my purse. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. And then the girl's like trying to help him. I don't know.
What?
He tries to be good
This
at the end.
sounds like a lot like the Whiplash.
Not even Lily James. Just talking
Yeah,
about
I
a
got
character
completely-
who's in the movie for literally 5 seconds.
I got completely lost on that one.
No, but she's trying to help him though. Like, clear his name or something.
Yeah, I mean it's a
just
simple,
there for-
it's a basic love story. I mean it's not like Whiplash. Whiplash is just like we're gonna go on a couple dates. That's it. Like nothing develops at all. At least in Baby Driver, their relationship develops and it's an actual like love kind of thing.
Okay.
So
I'm just here for like Jamie Foxx and his sailor's mouth and heist. That's what I'm here for.
Hey, that sounds like a nice plot. But if I have to watch another man talk about the music coming from the ceiling as a dating topic, nah, I'm not. That's just not.
No,
it
there's
for
no
me.
music talk. There's no
It's just
music.
not.
Can confirm.
All right. Well then,
Asa Gonzalez though. That's
has-
what we're talking.
This has Angus Elbert in here,
Okay,
right?
there you go. That's valid, Chad.
So if you want some pleasure eye viewing experience, not bad.
all right. Yes, it is Angus Elgort, yeah. Yep.
Got you. Okay, that is a cast right there.
Kevin Spacey too.
Is that one of his last movies before he got the hammer?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked it out of the park, though. I mean, he was great. Everybody was great. Jamie Foxx is great. I mean,
gosh, he wasn't such a piece of shit.
AB Driver. Ooh, top 11 for all three of us.
We all three love this.
Number 4 for me, I think.
Average rating of 6.67 between the three of us. Sheesh.
Okay, all right.
All-time movies.
So you've seen the Progressive commercials, right? With Flo and John Hamm, and then John Hamm's like just this simp guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not him in this movie.
We get a badass John Hamm in our life. Yeah, all right.
Exactly. Oh yeah,
I'm on board. I'm on board.
This just, I saw those commercials after I seen this movie, and it's just like, what did they do to this guy?
Thank God it's acting.
Dude can act. Dude, he can. Yeah.
Yeah. John Hamm's great in it too. So yeah, go watch it. Under 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Back-to-back weeks, Chad went to the FTS list and said, let me pick number 1, let me pick number 2.
It's not what happened, but...
Sure. Just a coincidence.
Yep. Go watch it. Let us know what you think. Amazing movie. Hopefully Noah watches it. If there was ever a movie for you to watch, it has to be Baby Driver. You will like it. I promise.
You say this every week, and then I'm like, God, man.
That's because he's dishing out
also
straight
true.
bangers.
He's just giving you bangers, yeah.
All right.
All right. Stay tuned.
He doesn't seem enthused.
He does not.
If I have to, like it's a chore.
Well, no, it's just.
It's a heist movie.
I do like heist movies.
These are all fun times.
I was a big Ocean 11's guy, so.
Then you'll love this.
Then you'll love this. This is even better.
This is even better, yep.
Well, all right. Devin, take it away. I'm not even going to move on.
Alright, that'll do it for this episode of From the Sidelines. As always, feel free to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else you get your podcast. Feel free to subscribe. You can check out the video version of the podcast as well on YouTube at From the Sidelines Pod. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think in there. And as always, check us out on social media. We post and tweet some clips, get some TikToks rolling. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, etc. at FTS Pod. And of course, I already know I'm going to get some Subway reviews from you guys. So in the emails, the FTSpod@gmail.com. I'm still waiting for Josh to try it, but we'll get it and report back.
That's what I'm gonna have for dinner tomorrow, Devin. I hope you know that.
People also think I said that Subway was good. No, that's not the take. I got flamed. I got roasted. They're like, this guy thinks Subway's good. I'm like, no, Subway's not good by any standard. It's just the sub is better because of the sauce combo. Stay with me here.
Last thing Subway is good.
Yep. Well, bye. Have a great time.
Bye.